We'll play first. Sand doesn't seem very good, but it's probably a keep. I mean, if I... It just seems wrong to mulligan a hand like this. That's at least a good spell to land ratio. I guess we'll keep it. Because even if we draw at least... As long as we draw swamps, we can go and succumb to temptation. And probably find something that way. I think mulliganing a hand like that... Mulliganing a hand like this doesn't seem like a great idea, is all I'm trying to say. Well, I definitely... That was... If I was to name one card, that would be the worst card to draw. It would definitely be Mountain. Alright. That's good news, actually. I'll take that. Jund. That's a good card, actually. I think Thraben Foulbloods is legitimately good. Alright. So let's succumb to our temptations. Nice. Alright, well, let's tap down the swamp with the Innkeeper. And then we get to go Crusader next turn, which is pretty good. Big Tide Turner. Actually, maybe we want to cut down the red for burn spells. It just, I thought black immediately because it's probably one of his main colors, but let's do the Mountain. I don't know which one's his splash color yet. I know of some good red burn spells, though, like Savage Alliance. Oh, well, maybe it doesn't matter either way. All right. I really don't have a problem attacking with Crusaders. This Macabre Waltz is much better. I'm really happy attack there, too. Like, now we're just... Yeah, that's a good draw. All right. Bashing away with our Crusader here. Huge lifelink swing here. And like I said, well, with Distemper now, too, it's pretty insane. Distemper and Macabre Waltz, so even if he has the answer for the Crusader, we just get it back. Yes, Conduit of Storms is pretty good. And Graph Rats, sure. Alright, well, Distemper's looking a lot better now. Still attacking with that Foul Bloods. It's kind of crazy, actually. I don't know what he's planning to do, that Crusader. He really needed to leave that back. Just chump blocking? I mean, I can trample over top. It doesn't seem necessary. So I think we'll just gain some life. He's not going to have enough to do lethal, even if he does have the Scavenger here. Oh, he probably does have the Scavenger, because then he can bring back the Alchemist. But let's see what he swings for. It'd be 5, 8, 11. It's still not enough. So let's just play the Graph Rats. I mean, even if he does have Scavenger and gets Alchemist back and swings, he's definitely dead on Crackback to our Distemper. Okay. I think the outcasts are good. Now he's deciding not to attack. All right. Alchemist Greeting. Yeah, that's pretty awesome here. So we can Greeting and still this Temper too. I think we're going to do that. Let's get rid of this Outcast. That way, I think his most obvious block is Foul Blade on Crusader, and then we can Distemper over top. And he still doesn't really have a great block for the Innkeeper either. He does have one red up, which could mean Galvanic Bombardment, but that's not going to be good enough. So I'm not really worried about that. Another option I have is not play the Distemper. I guess it depends on how he blocks, and then just get the Macabre Waltz out of the way if he kills both of our guys. So then next turn, I'm just not going to have 9 mana, though. Oh yeah, this is a sorcery. I forgot. For some reason I thought this was an instant. It's certainly worse. That's alright. It's actually not a huge deal, I guess. I remember them rating it really low on limited resources, and now I remember why. It just comes off as though it's a instant, but no, it is a sorcery. So I can Macabre Waltz, but I can only get 1 creature's worth of value out of that, but it probably is still worth it, I assume. I mean, I can still do it next turn, so it probably makes more sense to wait, because it's going to have haste regardless. So if he doesn't see it coming, it's probably better. Alright, he did have the Midnight Scavenger. I would have gotten back Foul Bloods there. Because he could play it off the Conduit of Storms. But maybe Alchemist will turn out to be better for him. This attack is not very good, so I hope he does it. Yeah. We're way ahead right now, so we're going to be punishing him pretty badly with our Crusader here. He can't even kill it. Yeah, he's just in big trouble here, so. I could discard the Distemper and pump the Graph Rats, and then he just does not have good blocks at all. If I do it on the Innkeeper, he also doesn't have good blocks, but being able to attack with the Graph Rats means he has to block 2 of our guys, or he's dead. Yeah. So for that reason, we're going to discard the Distemper and pump our Graph Rats. I didn't play a land already, right? I don't think I did. Pretty sure I didn't. So let's do the Distemper. I don't think I played a land. So now we can go Crusader. And like I said, he has to block 2 of our guys or he's dead, so I think that's going to seal the deal here. And I guess I'm going to get rid of the Distemper. That was a mistake. I did not realize, I'd forgotten that that was a sorcery. Not a good spell. Looks like he's dead. No cards in hand. And all right, let's dump the Distemper. That was a mistake. That was a mistake. So I could bring in the Weirded Vampire. We could try out the Weaver of Lightning, but if I'm dropping the Distemper, Weaver gets worse. But we didn't see any X1s for Weaver anyway, so maybe we don't need it. Should I try out the Styncia Banquet? I really don't think this card is very good. I don't think, even with all the vampires in the world, I don't think it's good enough. Maybe I just bring in the Weirded Vampire. It's also not very good. Am I supposed to do this Distended Mindbender? I don't know. I mean, I can. Try it out. If you play it on turn 4, it's probably pretty good. Otherwise, I'm doing like Weirded Vampire or Haunted Dead. I mean, we could try out the Mindbender. I certainly didn't have mana problems that game. Should we try it out? All right, I'm going to try it out. We'll see how good or terrible it is. All right, it's a good hand. Getting one of our few madness enablers is pretty nice. Hey, there you are. So I can go Supplicant into Mindbender. We do legitimately get a turn 4 Mindbender. Let's see how good it is. I've got a feeling it's probably pretty good on turn 4. All right. Let's do Mr. Mindbender. Hit up a couple spells here. Gorger's not bad either, but let's start it off with the Mindbender. So I'm not going to swing with the... I mean, I could also do Mindbender next turn. But let's just do it now. Turn 4 is pretty nice. So 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, that is the price. So let's see what our opponent's got going here. So we get otherworldly. I mean, we basically crippled his hand. We got all of the action from his hand. He's left with 2 lands. I can't really ask for much better than that. That did about everything you wanted to do. Not going to attack with the Dragoon since we have a couple things I want to madness out. So now we can discard the Gorger to make the Dragoon fly. Swing with Dragoon and Mindbender. Ooh, twins too. Still, we're just gonna Gorger here. All right. Buys him some chump blocks. I'll trade a Dragoon for a couple spirits, though. I don't care about that anymore. I mean, alternatively, I can just use the Alchemist's Greeting on a spirit, which also seems fine. He can double block the Gorger, though. So maybe I just hit the Haunted Dead. So he can't even kill the Gorger. I guess I kind of like that. I mean, he has to discard another 2 cards to get that going, so let's just get rid of this. Just so he can't kill the Gorger. It feels like it makes more sense to me. And yeah, he can double block the Dragoon, but we'll cheat out of twins, and that's fine too. It's not blocking with anything. All right. So he discards 2 cards, brings this back. Looks like not this time. He's got to use a removal spell, maybe. Geist Blast that. All right. So he goes to 1. We go Accomplice and pass. We can sandbag lands for, I guess, Macabre Waltz. I know that's being extraordinarily overly cautious, since I can't really see a way my opponent gets back in this game. But it's good practice. All right. All right. Mindbender was pretty amazing there. That was like, we brought it in and we got to see like the ideal Mindbender. Turn 4, and it got 2 spells out of his hand. So, yeah, Mindbender seems really good. Even in a deck like this that's trying to be aggressive, it seems like we're probably going to be able to emerge it. Well, not on turn, I wouldn't say on turn 4 fairly consistently, but on turn 5 or 6, it seems pretty reasonable that we'd be able to do it. All right. We'll see you in round 2.